I'm going to show you in this video how to write a letter of recommendation in less than 10 minutes, and we're going to do that using ChatGPT and Generative AI. So to write a letter of recommendation, the first thing you need to do is you need to gather information from the person for whom you're going to write that letter. In this video, I'm going to give you a list of questions that you could send over to that person. They will then send information back to you. You can then take that information, this is the second thing you need to know, is that you can take that information and drop it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will write an amazing letter of recommendation. I was pretty impressed by it the first time I saw it, and now you get to see it right now, right here in this video. So here I am at my computer, and the first thing I want to give you are these questions that you could use to send over to whoever you need to write a letter of recommendation for. And here are the questions right here. So you could pause the video and you could look at them and write them down. Or if you want, there's a link in the description to this YouTube video, which will take you to this document, and you could go right to this document and you could see all these questions and all these questions here. And once you get to this document, you could just highlight all of this. You could right click it, you could choose copy, you could drop it into an email with paste. And I right clicked, just in case you're just getting started with computers, to bring up that menu, right? When I highlighted all this and I right clicked it, I right click on my mouse. I right click on my mouse, brings up this menu, and then you have these options like copy, just in case you're getting started, because we all get started at some point, don't we? All right, so now how to get to ChatGPT and write this letter of recommendation. I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna search for ChatGPT. And it's going to bring up OpenAI's website. So OpenAI is the company that created ChatGPT. And you could click on the link here to get to ChatGPT. And then this page might change because the web is always changing. But when you get here, you want to look for something that says, go to ChatGPT. And so there it is. I'm going to click on that. And then here I am inside ChatGPT. Over on the left, just to give you a little orientation, are different chats that I've had with ChatGPT before. And so I could click on any of these to bring them back up. Right in here somewhere, I have a PhD in computer science. This was for the letter of recommendation. If I wanted to do a new chat, I could click this up here. I could also click on any of these, and then once it's clicked on, I could hit the trash can and get rid of it, or I could edit the name of it. You should know that when you edit the name of any chat you've had before, if you regenerate the chat, it gives you something different. So this is one of the ways that you could start to influence like the response you get from ChatGPT is you could either dialogue with it, or you could even just come over here and change the name and then regenerate, and it gives you a different name. So here's a jumble of text. It has all kinds of grammar errors, and it goes from third person to first person at one point, right? So it's a total mess. You can pause the video, you could read about it, but this is what I submitted to ChatGPT, and it wrote an incredible letter of recommendation. It looked past all the errors, it figured it all out, and like this isn't even organized in any kind of coherent way. It's just a mess. So if you want to pause the video, you can read it, but now we're going to hit save and submit and generate a letter of recommendation. So here we go. I'm going to speed this up so you can just like read the finished product. All right, so here's a letter of recommendation. It's pretty extraordinary, and you can pause the video right here and you could read that first part, and you could pause the video right there and you could read the last part. But this is it, man. This is the future. This is how you do it today. This is actually the present. This is how you do it today. So this is, if you got letters of recommendation to write, you now know how to write them really quickly and efficiently. Of course, once you get all this, you're going to want to highlight it. And then once it's highlighted, you could right click it and you could choose copy, and then you could go paste it into another document. And you could paste as plain text, paste special just as text. So it doesn't bring any formatting in. I'll cover that in some other video here on this YouTube channel probably at some point. But you'll want to then read through it and adjust it. But that's how you do it. That's how you write a letter of recommendation in less than 10 minutes using ChatGPT. In the next video that I make for this YouTube channel, I'm going to share with you something which is really extraordinary about this new era that we're moving into, because we're going from the age of information to the age of understanding. And this is a paradigm shift which one high-level Silicon Valley CEO explained to me was as significant, if not more significant, than the transition humanity and society went through when the web was invented. So this individual thinks that this change is going to be more significant than the creation of the World Wide Web, what we're now experiencing with the shift from the age of information going into the age of understanding with generative AI. So if you want to check out that video, and it's amazing, it's great, click that subscribe button right there and then toggle that little bell so that you'll be notified when this video comes out. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. I'll see you next time.